What's up guys, it's Joanne. Today we're going to check out Pinggiran Golf, a bungalow. It's a very exciting day, it's a very sunny day because lately always rain. But anyway, today it will be a collaboration with an audience of the channel, and this round we get to see something awesome that's beyond reach usually. So this is going to be a bungalow within Saujana area. So if you know Saujana, it's actually the same road that we go into Arah Damansara. We turn right to go into Arah Damansara, then we go straight to airport, we turn left into Saujana. But something to take note will be the brand new MRT that's under operations already. That kind of created certain level of noise, and we can also hear because this is rather close to the highways. But at the same time, we have a lot of birds flying around. We are surrounded by nature. This is like a very private, secret dwelling. Anyway, when you come in via the main road, after the Japanese school, after the golf course, after Dataran PHB, there will be a private road like here. So this will be the main road. There will be a guardhouse there coming in directly. This will be the property that we're going to check out today. Whoa. This project was sold as plots of land, so there will be 35 plots altogether, and then you will see individual owners all built their own respective building. So this particular owner engaged an architect, engaged a contractor to do everything for him. In other words, this means this is a one of one, meaning there's only one building that looks like this. So it also means if you like it, you will love it. If you don't like it, it's personal preference, right? The entire build up for this bungalow is 10,000 square feet. The land is around 11,000 square feet. Amazing. And from the get-go, when you walk into the house, you can really feel a lot of organic lines already. So this building was built 20 years ago, and you can see all the very circular, round organic lines all around. Even the columns are all round, which is very, very nice. Totally in contrast to the neighbors where it's all straight and linear. Driving straight in, there will be a covered place for you to park your car. So there's 3 cars here, but here you can place more. Easily you can park another 5 to 6 cars. And it will be perfect for family gatherings, especially Chinese New Year, Hari Raya. Then coming in, there will be a few things. So this will be the main door, right? But there will be a small side door. After you park your cars, you get to walk over. Then there will be a storeroom, a massive storeroom. But due to the business of the owner, they require such things. Pine wood for the ceiling. You have glass roof. This is like a corporate building from those days, right? And walking in, you will have the round pillars, natural stone floorings, stained glass. Wow. Coming straight in, then you will reach the foyer, and it's a triple ceiling height space. And behind here, this is a design feature where it's for partition purposes. So whoever that's within the living space, they will get to have their own gathering in private. This should be a dining space, so they kind of have 2 dining spaces. And this is when suddenly you feel the logic of the form, because the land is not exactly squarish. That's why you can see a lot of organic lines like this, cascading across the water feature, cascading across the boundary space. And it's even reflected to the upper floor plate. So you have outlines like this, that it absolutely blends in with the nature. So this is the neighbor's house, and behind there will be the golf course. And it feels really, really bright because of all the openings available. Even for private spaces, they put up the glass blocks to still allow daylight into the space. Then in every single wall, it's all open. Then another trait of architecture of that era will be natural stone finish. So these are granite, these are marble. Then you will have the hardwood furnitures. Then you have the plaster ceiling. Those were the treatments of residents back then. And the owner is kind enough to actually show us the original drawings that were... These are design drawings from the architect back then. And this is the car porch. After walking through the foyer, this will be the living room. Then you have all the guest rooms on this side. The main space will definitely be the one in the center, so it's a combination of dry kitchen, your dining and your living spread across to the terrace. Then the back of house is still you have the very squarish angular format, and that's why the form actually makes sense because of the boundary of the land is not exactly straight. Then in the center you will have this grand staircase going up, and this will be all the private rooms. So private rooms that consist for each and every one of their children, 3 of them all together, and they are all very cool because you look at the attic. So all bedrooms are duplexes. Coming back to this second floor, you will have the void space here, so that allows better connectivity among family members around the same house. On the left hand side then, this will be the principal spaces, where it includes the master bedroom, its own private terrace, and the master bath, then the walk-in wardrobe, then going into the study area. Then whenever they have guests on the ground floor, the children can still hang out among the communal space on the upper floor, so it's still private. And this is the exciting spaces. So this is the highest floor, where on every bedroom it's all duplexes, so they get to access upwards respectively from their own bedroom, going upwards to a roof terrace, and there's a swimming pool on the highest floor of the building. So this is absolutely gorgeous for kids. So coming in from the foyer, just now that was the dining and living space here, and you just look at the back. Oh, it's so mesmerizing. But anyway, these will be all the guest rooms. Whenever you have gatherings with your family and friends, they can just hang out in these spaces. And this will be the guest bathroom. So the width of the living space here is 6.5 by 7.6 meters wide. Then you will have a ceiling. After plaster ceiling, you still have 3 meters. The highest point will be 3.4 meters. Wow, and you just look at the opening next to this. Just now when I come in here, I thought it was actually open air. So in this space, you can easily host like 2 to 3 groups all together. Just imagine 4 to 5 family all just gather together, right? It's going to be a very wonderful space to hang out in. And the owner was inspired by his old house in PJ. Part of the space labeling, the space making strategies they use is to have a step down, to have a sunken space of this. So this directly demarcates out the boundary and set a difference between living and dining. So when they are dining, because usually when you dine, you sit down, right? You still have this very nice connectivity among users of different space. Going in then, this will be the terrace. I call it a terrace, right? You can have your swing here. That's the boundary line, right? This will be your neighbor. That is a very futuristic building. This is an absolute contrast of whatever this building is. Absolutely distinctive in style. Across this line will be the golf course. Really, you can see actually people playing golf within the greens. And the landscape here is amazing. It's very obvious that it's treated. And here then it will be a mixture of bird sound, right? Nature sound. Then people whook on the golf. Then you can hear some level of the traffic noise from the highway. A very mild level of it. So the water feature within the house actually makes a lot of sense because it kind of masks that noise altogether. And walking around the back garden, even the outline of the plinth is done in an organic manner, so it really blurs the line between spaces. Therefore, the indoor-outdoor relationship of spaces is really close. And back then, just to highlight, right, glasses of such sizes is very costly. Not like now we kind of make things into standardization, modular, whatsoever, right? Furthermore, you will have the landscape to blur the lines even more. Oh, it's just wonderful. You look at the columns and you look at the spray paint quality that was done 20 years ago. Until now, right, it's still solid, intact. Moving on, then this will be the outdoor terrace coming up from the dining area. So imagine just chilling here, having your cup of tea or whatsoever. Then again with all the organic shapes. Not only on the hardscape, even the softscapes are reflecting the same design language. So you will have an outdoor water feature, indoor water feature. And this is where you can really see the in-depth participation between the designer, builder and the client, because the difference between this outdoor pool against the ground floor level is just nice, you see. This is where you can feed the fish just like that, and it's very convenient, yet it's safe for kids. Kids can't even climb out and see. It's all thought through. Very good. Coming into the dining space, now there will be another dining space. This is a suitable place for grand piano. Anyway, going back, so you will have the level to mark the boundary of spaces. This will be the dry kitchen area. This is a definite luxury. This is the dry kitchen, so this is the countertop and all. This will be the basin, and this is actually transparent, right? This is actually open, so what you can do is you can have a sliding window just in case it's raining, and if you want more ventilation, you can always open it up. Again, it just emphasizes on the outdoor-indoor relationship a lot. Well, when you have kids also, it's very important when you shout, they can hear you like, why? However, here then you can really see the treatments and furniture materials of that era. So you will have a stone, then you will have a hood and hob. This is like a 4-burner. Then you will have this bar, counter, breakfast station kind of setting. And again, because the owner don't like straight lines, it's absolutely reflected in all of the design here. Look at this. It's so difficult to do curves like this, especially on stone materials, but the owner insists, right? So you can see all this, and it really translates because it's still supervised and designed by an architect. So the spaces flow really well. And when we reach the back of house, this is where all the linear lines must come in. We are now walking into the official kitchen. So this space is around 3.3 by 3.8 meters wide. And this is where the real action happens. And I can only imagine when all the ladies or the people who actually mix all the meal all come together, it's wide enough to accommodate everybody. When you have a basin here, your oven set here, your tabletop, the hood and hob, and again, more openings, more ventilation, and that connects over to the open terrace. So you can even have your dinner or breakfast there, and the dishes can be sent across like that. Wow. Moving on, then this will be the work area. It can either be the space for your helper. She will have their own bathroom. Then this will be where you do your laundry, storage area, then direct connection going outwards. And this is one detail I noticed. You look into all the aluminium panels for the windows. It's actually timber prints. So these are like to blend in with the entire theme of the building that heavily emphasizes on timber. And you can see the edge again, the solidness of timber panels, the size of the tiles, the laying patterns, the color, the tone of the furniture is definitely all from that era. Then here you can have another small gathering space, again with all their facade maximized for opening. Very nice. Coming in, this will then be the entrance to the small side door, and this connects to the cars already. Yeah. So from the ground floor coming out to the grand staircase, you will have everything timber. So you have the timber railings, and it's curved. Wow. Coming into the family hall first. This common space then will be very useful, especially for the kids whenever you have guests to the house very often. All the adult talks or business talks will be held downstairs because it's the most impressive space. The children will then hang out upstairs. So this will be a very good hangout spot. The sitting space for the upper floor then is slightly lower. This is 3 meters after plaster ceiling. And you will have genuine hardwood for your flooring materials. At this level then, the golf course view feels even better. And you just look at the glass panels. It feels surreal. It feels so open due to the lack of mullions. It's not an aluminium panel that can be openable, you know. And going outwards, then this will be the small little private balcony looking outwards, and you can see people start teeing off already. Check it out. And here I like that the fringe of the outdoor-indoor space will be using stones instead of timber straight away. That's why all the materials are preserved really nicely. You look into all the skirtings as well. You might look at this piece of skirting. It's curved like that, and it's timber. It's real timber. Wow. And that includes the courageous wall. It's friendly, especially for kids. And this will be the center space for all the private spaces, all the bedrooms lah. So that will be the principal bedroom on that side. We are going into the 3 bedrooms on this side because he has 3 children. So this is a walkway of around 1.75 meters. It's actually bigger than a lot of common corridors for a lot of apartments already. So this will be the easiest explanation for this property. It's like a bungalow yet having 3 duplex apartments attached to it. So you can see here the ceiling height here is 2.6 meters and the width is around 4.3 meters. Then you can see this staircase going upwards. This will be where the bed is. And you can see the overall obsession of timber furnishing lah. So this will be the workstation. At the back then, this will be the walk-in wardrobe, dress up area, storage area. Going in, this will be the ensuite bathroom. Here then you can really see the age treatments and materials, right? So all these wall tiles and all. But if you're interested, we're gonna look into the dimension of things instead. So I feel so small around here. So this is a 2 meters counter with the mirror, right? Then you will have the shower area at the back again with the window. Overall, throughout the house, openings are heavily emphasized, so that's good. Then walking upwards, this will be the situation on top. So coming up from the bottom, then this will be somewhat like a hangout spot, another working table or study table. Their studies must be really good. And you include all the storage spaces for their homework and books or whatsoever. More openings. Wow. Then coming out from every bedroom, there's still a small area of communal space here. Because this is the room that we just come out from. Then along this corridor, this will be the second room, then this will be the 3rd bedroom. And all treatments are pretty similar. Where it's a duplex unit, then on the upper floor they will have the study and storage table, entertainment room, bedroom downstairs with a walk-in wardrobe and the ensuite bathroom. All pretty similar because you love each and every one of them equally, right? The only one that stands out among the 3 bedroom will be this one that is attached to the front facade because of this amazing opening right here. So you will have a humongous balcony at the side while you study. And these are all built-ins. So these are all solid pieces, and what you see around all the rooms, all the heavy timber furnitures, all the cupboards, everything's are built in. And it was a thing back then lah. So all the emphasis on stone materials, timber, steel, galvanized iron, they call it GI last time. And after hanging around the space also, I realized this thing where there is no actual dead end around the house. Although it's so big, right? Every space is connected, either going upwards or going downwards, going outside, going inside. But this bedroom, just like I mentioned, this one is a little bit different because the sleeping area is actually located above. Because I want to use the downstairs as the balcony instead and look into the pine wood ceiling again. This looks like you're in Cameron. If you full blast your aircon a little bit more, right, it definitely feels like it. And on top of all the bedrooms, as mentioned just now, this will be the communal area. So it depends how old your kids are. So if they are like 9, 10 and 12, wow, just another play area. And going upstairs, this will then be the swimming pool. That's why they need these steps going up to accommodate the depth of the 4 feet swimming pool. So this is like a private pool that you can really enjoy. Well, your kids are going to enjoy it more than you, looking across the golf course. Isn't that lovely? And judging based on the design of the plinth, right? So there's actually an overflow mechanism that goes on here. So this is like a waterfall kind of thing. Your kids can hide inside. Well, it's not for them to really have exercise, swimming for competition or whatsoever, but just a nice place to hang out. At the edge of the pool, then you can see a better view of the buggies and everyone. All the golfers all doing their thing down there. Just one comment here will be the safety features around this area, because there's just a lot of ages here. so it's not exactly very safe to walk around like that. But you can always address them using landscape later or just add in handrails later, it's gonna be fine. Okay, coming from the family hall, last but not least, we are going to check out the principal bedroom. So the principal bedroom is set in a way where this will be the entrance foyer to it, and it's right above the entrance. So anytime when there's guests coming in here, this is somewhat like the symbolic feeling of like welcome. And there's so much design intent that goes into the handrails, so you get to lean forward instead. Wow. And I absolutely love this extra depth of that sky window, right? Wow. And it's directly facing the entrance of your bedroom. So coming in, there will be a partition first for privacy purposes, because the bedroom entrance is a little bit too big. So the scale of this bedroom is absolutely insane. So you will have depth of 6.2 meters, a width of 7 meters, and a height of 4.7 meters. And you can see decorations on your ceiling. Okay, all these then will be like built-in furnitures, and the bed is a custom made. And just wondering like why is it so bright, right? Because you look up there above, there's this extra open panel here just for daylighting, so it's even frosted a little bit in a sun ray pattern, so it gives you light only but it wouldn't compromise privacy. And then of course the master of the house will have its own private balcony. And after touring the house a little bit, you can really feel the entire logic of the curved lines, like when you come out, right, like when you're looking outwards to the boundary, this gives you a better 360 view of the surrounding. And that curved lines as well throughout the common corridor will kind of slow you down a little bit, so you won't have a straight line. It's like you rushing where you want to rush, right? You just chill around, walk around, and it's not like a standard curve across all 3 floors. So on certain angles of the house, it's a cascading outline of the roof line to the 3rd floor plate, 2nd floor floor plate, the ground floor plinth around, then to the boundary line of the garden and the pathways. It feels really nice. Or you just prefer something like next door, right? It's everything straight, modern, very Bauhaus. Next to the bed, there will be this secret passageway that goes up to the rooftop swimming pool. And going down this corner then will be all the private spaces already. So here will be the principal bathroom. I think the bathroom and the walk-in wardrobe, right, is already bigger than my apartment unit already. Look at it, this is the bathroom. So you perfectly not only have a for him, for her basin, you have a for him, for her set of shower, the cubicle, everything. So this is the shower area. Again with the organic form, concentrating you as a focal point to the shower, the WC, for him, for her, right? And you get that kind of adventure feel when you shower next to an opening like that. Of course the windows are actually frosted, and this will be the WC. Next to the bathroom then, this will be the walk-in wardrobe. So I guess this will all be for her, for her, for her, for her. Also the dress-up table here. Again with the similar theme of timber heavy for all the furnishings. A lot of mirror, okay? And going in, we are still in this private corridor inside. And this will be the extra study area or the workspace. So usually this will be where the master of the house will work. And this absolutely makes sense because here you get a lot of daylight, right? You also get direct access to the view outdoor. This is what I mean. Especially for business people, what they like, right? They can just walk out and just check out and see, hey, who's outside, who's inside, who's this guy, or my friend or my daughter bring his boyfriend here or whatsoever. I have direct view of everything before even going out. Then coming right outside from the guardhouse, we can still see within the 35 plots of land, there are still some that are not developed, there are some under construction. But generally they are all full already, which is a very rare thing, especially for development that sells land those days. But this plot of land seems rather private, so it's a very quiet road, just that the road Outside this road is the heavy highway lah. So you have the Pinggiran Lapangan Terbang. This is the main road that goes into Subang. Then you will have the LRT track without direct connection to the LRT. So if you want to go, is this walking distance, arguably you can lah, but why lah? Maybe for your children, no choice then okay lah. Looking at the side, there's actually a lot of walkways. The trees are matured, really nice. The only one thing I would wish to kind of comment a little bit will be the road congestion at the PHB office area. So there you can somewhat see a lot of cars parked at the roadside. So when you come in and out from this road, you need to drive through that. But in the front, you're actually sharing the entire entrance statement of the Saujana Golf Course and Country Club. So it's very luxurious. And now just to show you guys a little bit, we are going to go into the corporate offices to kind of show you guys on the amenities that you get if you were to stay here lah. Hey guys, so now we are at Overseas, which is the closest commercial area to the property. Well, if you consider the Tataran PHB, also that one is the closest lah. So that would be the second one. And here, I think it's way better than post-COVID times. Here you got a lot of banks like Maybank, Affinbank here. Then you got a lot of cafes, a lot of F&B, because mainly here is all smaller offices. You have also a corporate tower and you have some big brands there. They will have all their employees here. So lunchtime here will be kind of packed. This is one commercial lot. The other one, then you get the Cheetah Mall. And there you got the kind of street mall concept. You have a bookstore downstairs, grocer, then you have gym, you have cinemas and stuff like that, entertainment. So that's great. And I think that's all for today. It's now time for Sean's Take 3 on 3. For the 3 things I like, number 1 will definitely be the novelty of a man trying to provide the best for the family. And as a result of that, they got a piece of land, consulted the architect, consulted the contractor and built a so-called dream house for the family. And because of such, the entire design responded accurately to whatever the family needs, like the common areas, the play area. Every bedroom will have a duplex. He don't like linear straight lines, so the whole house is organic. It's 100% what he wants in a home. And I guess that's everybody's dream home, and it's very hard when you go into a cookie cutter setting. You buy things off the shelf, right? It's very hard to be responding exactly to your needs, but this one does. Then the second thing I like will be the setting of the site. So it's really hidden. Not only that it's located within the Saujana site, after you turn in, there's still a very deep road before you get in. And the road is rather private. When I was walking around the road, not much car, only residents, and there's like 35 units altogether only. Plus, it's not all developed. At most, it's only 30 over numbers of neighbors only. So in terms of privacy, it's there. But just when you thought that the serenity portion of things, then it's not really lah. You kind of get a mixture of nature, but then you are still located two of the busiest road within the area. But the benefit of a setting, again, because you get the privacy of a luxury mansion of your own, yet having the convenience of locations like this, or commercial areas like this. You have the schools, you will have the offices, the commercial lots and whatsoever, and it's located right next to the golf course, so then that clears up a lot of canvas. So in terms of density wise, it's just luxury lah. The last thing I like will be the design of the property, also the build quality and material application. So if you think about this property was built 20 years ago, so 2003 it was fully constructed. And to think about it, all my family homes all look exactly like this, and this was the tippy top of material applied. Means like when you have the windows, it's not our standard modular window. They get a full glass, one piece by one piece to come in. That's why you will have amazing views across the facade, and you don't see a lot of lines or mullions between. Then because of the odd shape of the land, the architect did a great job in having the fan-like structure dividing private versus the children's room. Then across levels, they divide what's open space, what's semi-private, what's full private. Then the materials applied like stone flooring, stone wall tiles, solid timber flooring, solid timber ceiling. You have a centralized vacuum system. You will have a tangki that is absolutely big due to its business also. If you consider the current owner's standard, I think it's 100 marks. Well, then it comes to the 3 not so good part lah, which is the first thing I don't like. The limitation to all those application of materials, application of building technology, application of design, right? Those are time relevant. So 20 years ago, those were the best in the market. But when building materials go through innovation, right, our technology advanced so quickly, they are better material, cheaper, faster, nicer, then somewhat designs like this becomes old. Especially when you come to color preferences. So when you walk into the building, right, you cannot say that the material is not good. You can only say that, hey, it looks kind of dated. And something very close to that will be then point number 2, where this is one and only. Because of the curvaceous form, because of the land typology, because of the preference. Just for example, a lot of people may think that for me, I absolutely love the indoor-outdoor relationship. Like in every space, I get absolute good contact of the natural elements surrounding the house. Not everybody will like, some may think that it's too hot, some might think got mosquitoes. Then when I think the curvaceous organic lines is beautiful, it's so hard to construct, yet they pull it off. But some people might not prefer the resort feel, they like the minimalist feel. Yeah, so this is very difficult to convince one another. Therefore, the challenge then will be this being a one of one. One of one meaning even with the same design, it will not work in another different site. Therefore, if they want to release this, they will need to find a prospect that loves a certain percentage of the project. So let's say if I like the property less than 78%, this might not be for me because of the very hard built-in fittings that is very hard to dismantle. Like a lot of built-in furnitures around the properties, right? If you like it, it's fabulous, it's solid. But if you don't like it, it's actually a big hassle to remove them and change it accordingly. Then the last thing I might have concern on will be the selling price. So based on valuation, it's around 6 to 7 million range, it's within that range. But valuation is based on what? Based on build up and estimation of median price, that's about it. But if you look into the design, this is a one of one. How can you put a price to a project that's one of one? Even if your neighbor itself 7 million, but it's the modern type, or it's a linear type, or it's a kampong house type, it doesn't really matter. You have a lot of choices within that range of budget. Let's say 6 million, right? There are so many other choices of landed properties within that price range. So what's the difference between buying a piece of land and build my own versus getting yours at that price? So these are things that the new owners will need to think about. It's also a lesson to learn whenever we take that step, when we are in a state of abundance, right? Oh, we buy a land, we build whatever we like lah. But exit strategy will happen one day, and this is the day that we are witnessing right now. It's a beautiful home, nevertheless borderline my dream home if possible, but a lot of money lah. In terms of maintenance also, it's going to be a lot, not on the maintenance fees, but to maintain all the facilities at home. Anyway, shout out to Joanne for having me, showing me this exciting property, and the owner is actually an audience, so thank you very much for sharing your home. Hopefully your downsizing journey will be smooth. And I guess that's all for this episode. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.